I'm ready to be weather alert, and I know you have your eye on the tropics as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn it over to you for a while.
So I want to start here, and I'm just going to let you know that I've been doing this. If you've been watching any time on WCNC Plus, what we're always looking for as meteorologists is plain and simple consensus. So some sort of agreement. And this morning when I got in, I literally made a graphic, and I had to just not use it because about 30 minutes before showtime at 4:30 a.m., it had completely shifted. And this is the same model that I used yesterday. And what it did was it took this secondary storm that hasn't even formed, will be Imelda. And I've said on this show, beware of the I names. I'm looking out for our Imelda. And as of right now, that's a good possibility. Yesterday here, and even when I got into work, it was looking like the technical term Fujiwara was going to come to be. You have Humberto that was going to move in, and that was going to drag Imelda away, and then, hey, don't worry about it, wipe our hands of it, we're good, we go on with hurricane season. But there was a major shift this morning that I don't like. So let's start with Humberto. Humberto, the next update we're going to have is around 11 a.m. Humberto will become a major hurricane. I'm not worried about this one, at least for us. Bermuda still has to watch out. Winds at 45 miles per hour. But then what Humberto is going to do is start to accelerate in the next couple of days, and then we start to see it really go through its rapid intensification, I would say late Saturday through early Monday. At that point, it looks like it's going to become a Category 3. So that would be our third major hurricane of the season. Now, we don't have the data on the next one, but the reason why I think things have changed so much is Humberto has slowed down. This other wave has not. So now this other wave, that big area of red, now has a 70% chance for developments over the next 2 days. And put it in perspective, Helene, and I'm not comparing this to Helene by any stretch of the imagination. I just have been looking at this recently, and also Helene officially became a hurricane on this day. Well, Helene was a 70-90% chance, and then within 48 hours, it became a Tropical Storm Helene. So usually the 70%, when you're in that red, it's a good chance it's happening over the next couple of days. Just what this storm system has to do in the near term is try to clear out from around the Dominican Republic that it's at, around Haiti, and then move north. So let's get right to that. The most recent measurement, nothing too major at this point, just really a coastal low that is churning right down here, as I mentioned, around the Dominican Republic. It's called Invest 94L at this point. And that was the 8 a.m. advisory. Winds at 30 miles per hour, gusts up to about 40 miles per hour. It's moving northwest at about 16 miles per hour. So that's actually pretty substantial that we have here. Humberto is moving at about 10 miles per hour. So you see the difference, 5 miles per hour? That means that we're going to have this storm start to kind of accelerate. So this is that complicated graph, and I'm going to simplify it for you that I was showing you yesterday. This brings us up, notice in the upper right corner, Sunday at 6 p.m. You have Humberto that looks like it's about the same latitude or so, but what's changed, and you're seeing an agreement here, Imelda is much closer to the United States. So that means instead of being directly influenced by Humberto or the Bermuda High in the middle of the United States, it's actually going to be stuck along a jet stream that is really close to the U.S., which would keep it closer to there. Where at this point, by the end of the weekend, it's in the northwest Bahamas, and it does look like it starts to accelerate. Now, this is where things go haywire, and this is where I don't like to see. Actually, the most recent update is even worse. It's even worse because now it's trending more things into the Carolinas. So what I was revealing and watching real time, what was looking like a savior of Humberto moving out is now turning into a North Carolina potential tropical storm minimum, hurricane maximum. And there's a bunch of different things that can happen here. Now, the one thing that can help is some wind shear trying to break up this beast. But watch the spaghetti plots. Just taking Humberto completely out of the mix, there's not as much of a curve. We're now officially, I can say live, that I have watched one line go to 2, go to 4, and now you can see a majority of these lines, and we look for a consensus, is trending in the United States. It could trend a little bit further south. Right now, South Carolina is in line. And also another thing that's kind of changed a little bit, the wind shear. See how that red? It's going to break up its development, so at least that could prevent some rapid intensification, still really warm waters as it comes. But this is now Monday into Tuesday. We're seeing a solid agreement that we could potentially have a landfalling tropical cyclone again here in the Carolinas. And I'm hoping things change, but my hope keeps on lessening because each model run trends it further west, trends it further towards the United States, and trends it into the Carolinas. I am here not to scare. I'm here to make you more aware. I honestly, if we weren't streaming, would have hoarded this and really waited for more model runs because the last thing you want to do. But I'm going to bring something up. This is plain and simple. There's not a lot of verbiage here because the news update was 8 o'clock. But here's the bottom of this. So that little 70 to 90% chance. Let me see. Interest in the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Turks and Caicos. And the Bahamas should monitor the progress of the system as heavy rains and gusty winds are likely across the region regardless of development. Interest along the coast of the southeastern United States should also monitor the progress of this system. That was not there yesterday. That was not there this morning. That was not there at 2 a.m. So now, even by the National Hurricane Center, this is not crazy Chris going outside of the things. I'm not being as goofy as I am because, being honest, I don't like this shift because a lot of major hurricanes that we've had in history have come from this direction. There's some things that are working against it, so I'm not saying that this is the end-all. Like, for instance, I mentioned wind shear. The reason why that's good is hurricanes are fickle creatures. They like to be vertically stacked. They like a normal hurricane flow. When you're getting wind shear, which, by the way, if you don't know what that is, that's stronger winds aloft, weaker at the bottom, or it can be a change of wind direction with height that disrupts that eye wall. So oftentimes that can break it up. So that's good. It's driving into some wind shear, so that's one things that are working against it. Here is one of the first things that I saw that was kind of like idea number 2 that, oh no, this isn't going to be a good idea. Look at the rainfall that potentially can come from this. One of these models, by the way, was showing about 1 inch total across 7 days. That brings us through Wednesday. Yeah, again, this is just model data. All right, so these are the top 2 ones that we look at for long-range models, by the way. Typical rain through the weekend, Monday into Tuesday. So the difference is one trends further north, one trends further south, and I looked at a third. They are still doing that Fujiwara thing that I was mentioning, but that's one. Now I'm looking at 3 out of 4 that are trending into the Carolinas. So this is at the point, this is not go, this is just, this has our attention. This has the Carolinas' attention, potential big rain. Even here in Charlotte, like look at some of those totals that you are potentially seeing. And going back to this jet stream pattern, if you look really closely, just look where the arrows are moving. So this brings us to 3 o'clock on Friday, so tomorrow. You're seeing that big clockwise rotation here. Let me stall it here. I'll actually draw the arrows here. Because really throughout WCNC Plus, I've just been processing the information. And I do not like that. I can't believe it. I was going to say, it was like, well, at least most of the lines are leading it out to sea. That changed. All right, so what you're looking at right here, see this? See that big flow? That clockwise rotation in general, that is the technical Bermuda high. That actually moved further west. Meanwhile, you also have Humberto that's going to try to move up, and you have a direct blast source, direct wind floats going north. You can see that little dip in the jet stream here. Let me draw it. This right here, this is technically an upper level low, and that's associated with that front that's moving through. So it's almost kind of that perfect thing. Before putting up the Heisman trying to block it, it actually could steer it into us. So, and it's all mainly for one reason. Imelda's moving much faster. We're talking 15 miles per hour versus 10, and she's already close to the United States. I'm saying Imelda now like it's an actual name. It hasn't become even Imelda yet. It's just 94L. So I just want to kind of put that in perspective. Now, here's the precipitation. So showing that rain, we have on and off rain. A long-range model is very chunky. You don't really have any big details here. But this has Monday at 1 a.m. having a potential of that low-pressure system. And again, a lot of this can change. This could switch right back to moving it about to sea. It's just not heading that direction. But this has, as we know, basic meteorology, the more concentric circles like the rings of a tree you have, the stronger the winds. And then that very center one would be the potential eye wall. This is Monday at 7 p.m. roughly in the northeastern side of North Carolina. Here's model 2. Again, when they disagree, you're like, okay, we have a chance. When they start agreeing, that's the consensus that we're talking about. You just saw the time. This is 7 a.m. on Tuesday. So not only are they starting to agree in the direction, they're within 12 hours of each other. So again, I'm going to keep on saying again because I don't want to be this alarmist. That's not my style. That's I'm information first. That's why I usually hoard this. But what you're going through right now is literally my brain as I'm watching this. And a lot of times I'll kind of hold that back. And again, I'm hoping that's not the case in scenario because, like, where's this even going to go? What does that mean? Well, here's another look. This graph that you're looking at to the right here is from a website called tropicaltidbits.com. So what it does is it takes all those spaghetti plot lines and it tries to estimate what the wind speeds are going to be. So you can't see as well for the general timing of things, but we have everything in a tropical storm strength over the next 3 days. So that would bring it into Friday, Saturday to Sunday. But we do see some indications, the middle line, that at least gets to hurricane strength. So we do have that. I won't even mention the worst case scenario with that. But just in general, you are having things trend that general direction. A lot of those spaghetti plots, some still curving out to sea, but that's old. That's about an hour old. We've seen the most recent runs are definitely showing that. And this is the first graphic that I showed. It was at the end of the first half hour, 7 o'clock. I think it was right before 7:30 that I saw this because I'm like, all right, well, the yellow model's good because before we were seeing it, but Humberto's so far behind, they both are trending. You have to look at the one on the left. They're now starting to line up. And it's at that point that we're like, okay, we're having a little bit more confidence in the forecast. So what does this mean? What am I even trying to trend here? What I'm saying is, for one, Charlotte's ended the forecast, and I said this is a possibility. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, middle of next week is changing. It's likely going to be a cloudier forecast. It could be breezy here. We could see some rain. There's still a lot that can change here, but now this has our attention where this potentially could go. And I'm hoping that things start to turn the other direction, but for now, this is it. And the National Hurricane Center is going to give you an update every 3 hours. So the next one that comes down is 11 o'clock. So here in the Impact Studio, we'll actually be at Charlotte today at that point, but then by 2 o'clock, there'll be another one. So we'll continue to really update you every 3 hours where this thing is going to go and once it's officially named. But we'll just eventually see. So it's kind of a crazy developing situation. I'm just right now, let's just hope that it changes.
What do you think? All right, so when do you think is the naming of Imelda?
I would say right now things are trending by tomorrow. Tomorrow.
This time tomorrow?
It's tough to say. Let me just kind of look back at this general chart. It needs to find its center of circulation. It needs to clear the Dominican Republic. Yeah, I would probably say tomorrow afternoon is where things are trending. Mm-hmm. Because, like, as a similar kind of setup for the once Humberto got the 70%, it was the next day. Yesterday we were saying that it would be in the afternoon, but yeah, I would say sometime tomorrow, but likely tomorrow afternoon, where things are standing right now. Okay. And that's also faster than it was before. So that's the big piece there. The scenario that would help us, and I'm not seeing that at this point, is Humberto speeds up. So if Humberto speeds up, that takes kind of the control away, and that also, and if Imelda slows down, that also allows that front to move further out to the east.
Okay.
So it would be a good possibility.
That could happen.
Yeah. No.
So much can happen between now and.
So much can happen. That's why I'm saying, being honest, I almost feel irresponsible, just because it's impossible to not sound like an alarmist when you're doing these forecasts, but I feel it's also kind of a justice for you to go through my process, because I've been on air since 4:30. Right. I haven't had a chance to sit down. I've been talking about this. So what you have now that we stream from 7 to 9 o'clock, you have my brain as I'm looking at things if things change. And so in my brain right now, I'll temper what I say here. In my brain right now, this is now consuming my attention. It's raining right now in the Charlotte area, and this is what I'm talking about. Right. So I just want to kind of put that in perspective. A lot can still change. A lot will change. But now you know that it has attention of us here, has my attention, has the attention of the National Hurricane Center to be potentially the first really impactful storm we've had in a while here this season. Now, of course, the last one was around Chantal.
Wow.
And then we had indirect impacts of Aaron.
That's right.
Yeah.
It seems a while ago.
It seems like forever. You almost forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aaron was a monster storm, Category 5, but then moved out to sea, and we saw the impacts there. So last thing that you want here. So, again, I think this is our best hope right now. That's everything I'm seeing right now. I hope that another meteorologist comes in the studio and says, oh man, Chris was worried for nothing. So let's just keep our fingers crossed.
Well, the awareness, and we appreciate the process in real time as you're looking at it, keeping us sort of
Right.
in the periph.
A lot of people have, like me, family on the coast.
Yeah.
In Charleston.
Best be prepared.
You know, it'd be nice to, Mom, I know you're watching. Here's a
Hey,
heads
Mom.
up. Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Hope you're paying attention.
And also, you're going to, this is all hearsay, because when it becomes a named storm,
Right.
you're going to get the cone. You're going to have like the general idea, and then it's going to change because like even Helene, for example, was trending much further west and then went further east.
Right.
So yeah, that cone could do it. It might not even be a direct landfall, but no matter what, that does look like it's going to be the trend. It is moving faster, and it is affecting us earlier, and it is much closer to the United States. Those are one things 100% we do know for sure, and I don't really see that changing.
All right.
Okay.
Impacts yet to come.
Do you want to talk about our local forecast and put this in the
Yes,
rearview
yeah,
mirror?
because I was saying, I
Okay.
was thinking, you said it was good. It's raining today. Yes,
Yeah.
is it?
So let's move on. All right, the Chris that you know and love is back.
We love all versions of Chris.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. No, but it's just kind of my duty.
Of course.
That's one of those things. I might be called out for this later, but just letting you know, it's not my nature to ever overhype things. So let's move on. Okay, so looking at the rain that we have right now. So this rain is now starting to expand into our area. We had some decent downpours, especially in the mountains and the foothills overnight tonight. Well, this is holding together pretty nicely. It does look like it is going to generally push off towards the northeast, so you can pretty much use I-85 as a guiding line, and that's what we've been seeing a lot for in general. I drew this line at 5 o'clock, by the way, and it's been pretty much holding true to that. So it does look like we're going to have this first pulse of rain, have a little bit of a lull, and then another one is going to start to move in. So that's one thing that I'm really looking at. And let's see, let's move on to my, there's so many hurricane graphics now in place. Get back. All right, so here's an example. It shows the 9 o'clock hour. This futurecast is a little bit off. I think it's a little bit ahead of schedule, but one thing for sure is that I haven't seen that line is weakening, so it's really now until about noon that we're going to call for that rain chance. I mentioned there's a little bit of a lull before more rain starts to move back in, so this breaks up a lot. So yeah, we are still weather impacts, weather alert for today. It's just that it's a very low chance because oftentimes the Storm Prediction Center will say these are the ingredients because it's humid. It is so humid today compared to where we have been, and that's the noticeable difference. And if we get sunshine a little bit later on, we could redevelop some storms a little bit later in the day. But I would say really it's about now until noon and about 9 until midnight, coincidence there, that we have, I think, our best thunderstorm chances. But this just proves it. It'll be 81 degrees by 11 a.m., but it'll feel like 86. So that just shows that we have a lot of atmospheric fuel there that could be potentially bringing this. And then tonight we're going to be down to around 70 degrees, but then really going forward, we're just having a lot of hit and miss rain. It's really what I think the best way to put it, periods of rain over the coming days. They're going to be the dominant feature of our forecast. And I think Saturday is standing out a little bit more than some of the other days. So Saturday I could see us seeing widespread rain for 2 to 4 hours and we take a break. Widespread rain for 2 hours, then we take a break. So let's get there. This is Saturday morning at around 1 a.m. as you can see. And then you continue to see on and off, little breaks. Here, let's bring it there. Let me see. That brings us to 2 p.m. Seeing some more rain start to move back in. And then bringing about mid to late afternoon, even a little bit of sunshine before more showers start to move in. And then the back end of the forecast is just really all dependent what soon to be Imelda is going to do, how that all interacts. And we're seeing more upper level rain just because of more rain because of the upper level low that's moving in. That's giving us more moisture. That's going to keep things humid. So even though we're in the 70s, it's still going to feel pretty humid during this time. Most people see 70s like, ooh, fall-like weather. No, it's a tropical 70s. It will get a little bit better, but it's still, there's a big question mark, and I was worried about that because we have one big piece that we don't have all the information for. I did up our rain chances. I think it's going to be cloudy regardless. We're going to have a big deck of clouds for your Monday and Tuesday, but right now they're consistent at 74, so a lot's going to change there. So of course, your WCNC weather team is going to keep you updated and let you know if you need to be weather alert.
And Charlotte FC, I see the logo there on the Saturday 7-day.
It does look like, as I showed you, that maybe they hit that lull. So the end of the afternoon looks to be dry, so that actually might trend in a good direction. So the pulse at this juncture looks to be off, but we'll see by tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Chris Mulcahy.